Dublin manager Jim Gavin has included 9 of the All-Ireland winning starting team as they begin their bid for 4 league titles in a row. Mick Fitzsimons takes over from Rory O'Carroll at fullback. It's a big night for Paul Mannion, who was one of the stars of the 2013 All-Ireland win, but is back in the fold after time overseas. Kerry have a host of household names who are unavailable, but Eamon Fitzmaurice says they are targeting trophies and the league is the perfect place to start. There's plenty of experience in this lineup and bags of talent too. Watch for new cornerback Brian O'Beogley and corner forward Philip O'Connor.
Búilte go tappaigh ag Andrews búilte isteach dro Kilkenny Grime bra ag Kilkenny agus Andrews nis ó Ilan anna ghéar fad tuairt fé agus puinte all in ar fad fight ag Paddy Andrews ag críochnú a cadas a
Dean Rock well out in front, quick hands. It's Tomas Brady, and now Dean Rock is through. The goal at his mercy, he's put it over. Well, I think he's claiming that he was impeded as he was lining up to take the shot. They got their point, it's 2 points to no score. Donncha Walsh.
No beaglaich, tuairtí gur siúd Mannion fós machchan cín Mannion leis an dasóg agus curtha Harris an drasnán agus beag Jim Gavin hósásta Mannion eisc internais a fear na crocaigh Rory O'Carroll caiite gur na blianacha ach le Mannion ar naisna tosathe is siad annach ein téir choríist é compárdach sin ráchos cíimre sanna ar an nasóg agus sin beaglaich go má ach níor inte róhin.
That's Davy Byrne with him, and Walsh has got by him, but needs some help as the Dublin defence swarm around him. Stephen O'Brien. Stephen O'Brien, there was a slip by a Dublin defender, and Stephen O'Brien gets Kerry's first score, and it's come after 11 minutes of the first half. Dean Rock. Kilkenny again, taking Fionn Fitzgerald with him. Referee is playing an advantage at the moment. Here's Paddy Andrews. Andrews gets through. Goal at his mercy. Andrews! That's a brilliant save from Brendan Keeley. He was out off his line, narrowing down the angle again, and Andrews will feel he should have scored. Johnny Buckley. Paul Murphy. They trail by 4. Johnny Buckley to narrow the gap, and that is more like it from Kerry. Johnny Buckley with their second point of the evening in the 22nd minute.
Agus níor bhéine marcáil Donncha Walsh a chiáil fada isteach do Tommy Walsh a lábh an áard ach Cian O'Sullivan mór hímplar son. Cian go náras gailtó Kerry aige agus fechar an obair ar fad san ó tosa Kerry gá leiseach níl héine harachar naisteach lethe trúr mór hímplar Tommy Walsh ní féile an chaide bhainta siar a dro Darren O'Sullivan is gitóg agus pointe fight aige siúd agus Kerry rá pointe te bhír agus sár obair ar fad ag Tommy Walsh. Caid das ísio a fechar Michael Fitzsimons os cór de Tommy Walsh. Fitzsimons bé siúd a bheith mar iver tríam níana le Rory O'Carroll an asnamh. Fear coola caid das amach a John Dave. Kieran Kilkenny ag fechan an áirde. Ríist prabhhain isteach a lábha an tosathe. Paddy Andrews is brá leis casan isteach. É dinta go dastaige solo bra nas ar nasóg deis ar baide. É sásta a fuinte a hógan de ríist Andrews a son. Ag úsáid ar neirtas ó luas. Agus í curtha go das Harris an drasnán aige. Cíimid a ríist an sothe. Hig enraig go meach sé a casan as. Ríist Andrews annich lichte ar fad í cur Harris an drasnán aige. Keeley machad ro Buckley is an McCarthy tuairtí ag ar siúd. Buckley over na gapal deachna ag Buckley agus siargadí Fionn Fitzgerald a fuair an pointe gan áras chun náthimir go gine corcaigh gáilt san na staid na Gaeltaigh. Donncha Walsh coimirt jasan is ag Rory Kerry anna chaid ar fagadí Darren O'Sullivan. Darren O'Sullivan ag fechan tos a chur a Barry John Keane le siar i dro Buckley agus fechan na Rory ar fad a hir ag Black Lia Cian O'Sullivan san seasamh os cóir an lán cholí a cha na rith ar fad ag Donncha Walsh is sin gitóg agus pointe eile feite ag Kerry agus an ché point tróna feite ag Donncha Walsh. Cégraf scatim Rory here ag Black Lia an son. Cínsibh an clisteach san taithí a ag Darren O'Sullivan stunna chomhail sé gimmert lena chéile. Búilte fada isteach sa spás a ríist ag Cluxton is neada go dtíach chéan techníc arsúil ag Kerry chun stoppa chuir le kick namach Cluxton nach níte ag obair. Se chuin John Small agus an a ghúlann fight go siúd ó Mark Griffin hit Jerry Erre ach Cooper búilte suas an líne os córna tusa Black Lee a ríist. Anna a spáns a fad a passanna ó Roica Mannion Shear agus Black Lee bugan nach caiide go tapig. Tomás Brady spás fight aige agus Tomás Brady chéad pointe fight go siúd a hain tróna obair bhathar siúlaige ínte spás a hain agus chríochna sé go gileochtí thar sé drasnán. Cím rís dín racha a bhuga go tapig do bhrúig Brady cilíneong as a tlí agus é chríochna go deasaige. Is Kerry pointe tifíar cé cheapacha seo agus Black Lee chuige héan os a gáir. David Moore Anna amach ón máid é builte go háda go siúd agus féchar sin Kerry chó scór is sin scór san sár scór fad ó David Moore. Bhíidir ceir faointe tifíar agus níos sin Gixon ó David Moore iad curtha chó scóracha. Cluxton an Lur cadhíle rá a Géman Fitzmars ag le hama Dear Murphy necas go náras Liam Hassett mar bháil an fear an banistíochta mlíana agus Páir Corcoran leo chomá fear go as Black Lee da. McCarthy buite go deasaige siúd. Kilkenny na fáinne chó scór. David Byrne fear Ballymona buite isteach sa chuoine. Dean Rock buite go má is Mannion. Se chódáinte caid all an builte trasna Andrews is Andrews duine isteach ar máide deis báide Andrews a chu ríis sásta leis an puinte thug agus spéisiúil fé Andrews nach mór gach puinte áilte laistigh don lína aon méadar as fihead agus féach difriocht le Mannion is Andrews casan siad chó tapig catú bheith os a gáir amach an tainslí lenaí do bharcáil. Buckley agus Stephen O'Brien iad anada hero máide. Darren O'Sullivan fáilt na caide os cóir de Cian O'Sullivan ach caid anna ord stocha go gabhríonte nar ha fach Darren os Tammy Welch is stig agat. Welch tuairt féin buinte bhfuil bheartint aige Tom Baist agus an chéad faointe tróna fighte ag Tammy Welch agus dair leis léimp níos iad ná Michael Fitzsimons a Boughton fear chúla inse gachéanú de gart ach ríist Tammy Welch cúpla árlach níos iad ná Fitzsimons. Siúchain Kilkenny. Timp trína ceir faointe bhór sé nach chéan cluthe craibh an bhíonn caite. Diarmid Conley broga desaráist ar seo. Caid all in dhaintéireach stecha Joe Andrews mach náide buite go deasa Andrews casante deis báide agus sáite sa líon ag Paddy Andrews a ríis scór fight go leistigh don líne 1 méadar as féad do bhuaigh sé a chaid hain agus chríochna sé go deasar fad a Conley caid gileoit ar fáil lena chitóg an náid le Andrews de dhéon sé enráid gachar de gartach níochtach sé buachant ar Andrews agus Andrews a ríist chríochna go gileoit is a chuoine aige ó beag léach a gíire an joid a chosa stoppa lena chosa is cé go bhúilte cos cílí níochtach cílí mórrán eile anmh Black Lee ar nún sí ríist báide chun cín seo hé Dean Rock ilan anna dhéar fad ag rach ach í cur a crain díar a chair sin drasnán a siúd agus an slua bra sás leis an buinte san cic amach tóca go tapig ag Kerry agus ábhríonn do bhríon ar siúlas a Dean Rock agus Tomás Brady síntar an dalamh agus ní fachan áirí rééis seo ní chasta díú ar an gaiid agus níoch éon doran an éon áit an nóirí léimtíar chéile tarach gansaí do chéile ní chasta díú ar an gaiid na ché cluthar neis an slú a baint taine bheas tócha Kerry mar searnún saí Rís fechan Ayrton daoine ag Black Lee tífíar an gaiid as an brú a chur ag Mannion á sárúar fad ag Mannion bastic níos Conley meach taobhstigh Conley casante neisteach tar an étar sios é fós mach an cín siar leis Joe Andrews dunas iirecht spásáilt a hain casante neisteach agus puinte bhreá fight ag Andrews sin báid is trí faointe in is scóráilta ag Andrews agus a rís an obair dhéan ar siúl ag tosathe Black Lee Nash Joe Andrews agus mór an léimse stachan an blocáil éanamh a chas Andrews go maithir Kilkenny a reached here a Sunday in Scott Ibre. Nish Trusloga Bra Fadig McCarthy. He built the Stachtain Sherach. Rock built the gas again. McCarthy land share lesh and roher. Stach lesh August. Kick Eric Kinte Farna Galtachton son Briano Beglich ni Fesh in Haran and Echervege. Kick Eric Kinte and Shin. August McCarthy a Gary lesh the land share Nigda. On roher Hosnu Laura. August O'Begley a Hanashe. Kinte Nietach McCarthy and kick. Heard that. As Keamy the son, the Haring O'Begley Shira. O'Begley Mansoul and Love Chleba. Anshe Stachason. As all live team player. August Bader Giano in their Begley. Ach Kinte Dinach Kalish Conley Marsha Farne Vinchin. Aha. Echashin Boite Sananga. The Lach for our fad. Eg Dearmid Connolly. Hounds not tussle his far. Big Blackley a rea fecher shin. Ho bug nafishach ar fad. Agus ag bort ar an dalvige. Kilkenny a reached. Scott a caide buite ge siúd is siochwyn Diarmaid Conley. Siach na sin kicker gyda Sheardro Kilkenny agus tosahe Blackley I cho aclwy cwmpor doch ar an gaid. Buite stacho gyda Rock os cor dar a reached. As Cassan Rock a das agus puinte elle. Fight ag Rock the hench and tarna kel no immert fight ag Dean Rock agus Blackley is leir gwylid ag immert ag luas di friúil na Kerry ke gwyd Kerry fos a chluhe stoche ach Dean Rock chashe gydas Cian Sullivan tachtamach pass Ishel dain cherch ni bin an pass a bar an ro Cian O'Sullivan David Moran fnach the sunsoch Blackley a buggle goni an a kaide Diarmaid Darren O'Sullivan tríd ri ó Cian O'Sullivan há luas ag an bertica sa agus Cian O'Sullivan stoch ar buil leis énig an droch fasan agus pointe yes elle fight ag Darren Sullivan da hain agus haid fight nís congri ó hef na pointí da a hon ráváide son ag tuairt Baran an bhia da Blackley agus Cluxton a ríist a glóite ar fad Sár haspáint de chicken amach a haspáint ag Cluxton ag siochúnim roir na bliana Jack McCaffrey far chlún tairv as rís Blackley a bug a rís ní féidir le Kerry láv chur as Coopernish brise ón ramú fós machan cín agus deisir faointe an sa ag emetó cníile ach casan sé náisisteach Cower fight to go Mannion siochún Cormac Caslow far Whitehall's Mac Jam Caslow Rooney an chunta agus puinte agus fechan a tusa tuca ar an bar ag Blackley emetó cníile Cormac Caslow lads go dastíú brisisteach sa ché cúigur déag agus a áit tusnú áilt ó beaglaíoch machan tusig a tauchaíomh rimis fear na gaeltachta Siar le siúd David Moornish a sé gur fechan céha sair Paul Murphy há neca leis Paul Murphy búilte go desa dro with Clíhánach a dro an líne ag siochún Padraig O'Connor fear Legion Here tuair féin buinte ach an immert ar fada Kilkenny siar go Darren Sullivan a ríist agus Darren O'Sullivan in a tíú fuinte aimse ige inniuh agus a ríist spás a thuirte cod a Darren O'Sullivan numach a spás beidir ag Blackley sinna Jonathan Line há tréis tacht ar an barc Paul Murphy dinta go desaige Lou O'Connolly agus Brendan O'Sullivan far Valencia Polo builtige ach tainse Harrison Drasnán agus sinna chéad fuinte fight go siúd ní a tacht ar an bar agus a ríis Fitzmaurice an cínta go just sás de róhan le consarodí amacht Moran mar se agus an carú fuinte déag aimse Kerry agus David Moran mar bhíige ag Derry chéad le an puinte dénach scoráilta ges a chéad le agus Darren Gurbinhí an puinte dénach sa dar le agus Fitzmaurice Blackley cínte ag buga ábharín níos fearr na puintí céannacha ach an difrioch mór trónón an
The win, level 3 times before Paddy Andrews' goal early in the second half put some daylight between the two counties. Diarmaid Connolly's penalty almost put it to bed with 18 minutes to go. A comprehensive win for Dublin on a scoreline of 2-14 to Kerry's 14 points.
from the Dublin perspective, we're obviously pleased to get a win, to get our National League campaign off, and you know, good performance overall. Some areas obviously to work on, create a lot of goal scoring chances. Didn't execute most of them, but it's something to be worked on in the training field in preparation for the Mayo game and the games after that.
Yeah, it was a disappointing display, definitely, Dara. We didn't perform at all, really. We played for maybe 15 minutes in the first half. When we got back to level by half time, we had a good 15-minute period there. But other than that, Dublin, dominated the match, and we were lucky we didn't lose by more.
So Dublin beginning the defence of their Alliance League title in impressive style last night. And one of the things about that Colin Burke was, as people saw there, the pitch was in fantastic condition given the wet January we've had. 30,000 in Croke Park last night. That's fairly impressive.
Yeah, fantastic crowd. But I think even with All-Ireland finalists playing again in Dublin as champions, I think there should have been some sort of promotion to try and get to 50,000. But it still was a great crowd for a January evening, cold evening. Pitch is fantastic. It suits the Dubs style too, to play in Croke Park. The pitch is faster than anywhere else, and it suits the athleticism that they have in the team. And it panned out a bit like the All-Ireland final. They really blitzed Kerry and could have won by an awful lot more. I think they had 8 goal chances, only took 2 of them. So Kerry got off with a light defeat when they could have got a much heavier defeat. And Eamon Fitzmaurice a bit disappointed with the approach of his team and the attitude. There's a gap between, has extended between the two even since September.
Yeah, we were looking earlier on, Desi, just at the 2 panels, not just the teams, but the 2 panels. And you can see, you lads were pointing out sort of difficulties that might be there with Kerry, kind of, but that's certainly not the case with Dublin. I mean, apart from the lads on the field, the fellas that they are able to bring in, it's impressive.
They've great talent. In fairness, Alan Brogan has retired, but Paul Mannion's come back into the fray, and he's been incredible. Like, he showed so strong for the ball yesterday, but his all-round play was immense. But, like, in terms of bringing players back, it's Marco Shales coming back. You have Aidan O'Mahony, and these boys are 36, but I was so impressed. He was in college studying for a year in China, learning Mandarin, I think it was. That might be difficult, but the way he's after coming back, he's very fresh, but he takes on his man, and that's what you like to see from any forward. That shows a forward playing with confidence. Every time he gets the ball, he wants to take on his man, but he did everything last night. He won it out in front consistently, and he takes on the man again, and that's what you need. But he only scored 1 point last night, which isn't a bad return, but his all-round play was immense. The way he passed the ball, brought players into play. He won. Jeremy Connolly showing again, and that's great play again. And that's a high ball, a difficult take. And like, he's a great finisher and great power, and that's a free in there.
Yeah, well, I think you can see from this, I think Dublin had 7 of their first choice outfield players missing last night. And then you can bring in somebody like Mannion, who's able to do something like that, and Paddy Andrews. And yet, to bring into that forward line, you have Bernard Brogan, of course, Paul Flynn, possibly Kevin McManam, Michael Darry McCauley in the middle of the field, Brian Fenton, Philly McMahon at the back. Kerry have James O'Donoghue and De Gooch and Anthony Marr. So Dublin are way ahead in terms of overall strength.
And not surprisingly, I suppose, Desi, people were saying after that match, well, look, you might as well give the Sam Maguire to Dublin, like at this rate. Now, that's a little bit premature in January, but nonetheless, it shows. It gives an indication that Dublin are going to lay down a marker again.
Yeah, and in fairness, Jim Gavin, like, I think last night was a statement. Like, in the Byrne Cup, I thought Dublin might start the league slowly, like, and work their way into it. But I think last night was an opportunity. Let's keep the Kerry lads in their place. Like, Rory O'Carroll is a big loss this year, I think. He's a player that I really admire. I've marked him, very difficult player. But Michael Fitzsimons comes in last night and does a great job. Cormac Costello, Emmett O'Conneilla, young players with great talent. They're very strong.
No, absolutely. All right. Well, that's how it all panned out at Croke Park last night.